was not dating for fun. I was not dating to be cute. I was dating to find my husband.
Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Amber and I am a holistic lifestyle coach. And in today's video, we are diving into the world of dating, and more specifically, dating with intentionality as a feminine woman. So go grab your water, a cup of tea, a glass of wine, whatever you want, sit down and get comfy, because I'm going to be sharing 5 very important tips in this video today to help you make sure that you're staying true to yourself throughout the dating process, and that you're also dating with purpose and with grace as a feminine woman. Alright, so let's go ahead and rewind. Y'all know we gotta break it down first. What does it mean to date with intentionality? It means being very clear about your values, your desires, and your goals within a relationship and within your love life. So it's not about just going with the flow, seeing how things work out. No, it's very deliberate, and you're being deliberate about who you're spending your time with, who you're giving your attention to, and where you're putting your energy. So if you are out there looking for love, I hope the 5 tips that I share in this video are going to help you really be intentional throughout this process, enjoy the process, and also stay true to yourself throughout the process as well. So a little quick rewind first. I am married. I've been married for 8, almost 9 years to my husband, happily married. You gotta make sure you insert that part. And I definitely feel like one of the reasons why I was able to find a husband who I am very happy with and who loves me and we have a beautiful life together is because I knew myself first. I didn't rush into a relationship to try to find myself or to just be with someone and hope that I would find like some type of identity throughout that relationship. No, I took time to get to know me, what I like, what my values were before I decided to connect with someone else. So that is definitely step 1. The foundation of intentional dating is to get to know yourself first. So take time to really reflect. What do you want? What do you like? What are your values? And what are you truly looking for in a partner? Because a lot of times we think really short term, but when you think about long term, this is someone who is your life partner. You are literally spending your life with them. So it's going to be pretty important to make sure that you are aligned on certain things in life and that you're really clear on what those things are before you get into that relationship. A really great tool to help with this is actually journaling, because you can journal in the moment when you have clarity, when you're not thinking about one specific person, and then when you are dating, you can go back, look at that journal and reflect, okay, does this person match up with the things that I said that I wanted? Is this the type of person that I actually do want to be in a relationship with? Or am I wasting my time because clearly they are not who I want? So for myself, I didn't necessarily have journal entries, but I had a list. I'm not gonna lie, the list was long of the requirements that I wanted in a relationship, but because I knew myself, because I spent that time with myself, it's like, look, if you are not coming into my life to make my life better in any way, you're not adding value in any way, what's the point of us being in this relationship? And so being so solid on who I am and what I want and what my vision is for my life made it very easy for me to go into relationships without conforming to what the man wanted me to be or what he thought I should be. Because this is who I am. Like literally the first time I met my husband, he asked me to get him a drink out of a cooler and I was like, I don't stick my hand in coolers of ice. And to this day, I'm not sticking my hand in a cooler of ice. But he knew that going in, and he appreciated that going in as well, because it's like, look, this is who I am. There are no surprises. I'm not gonna pretend to be like this meek and mild person, when in reality, like, no, I'm very sure of who I am very assertive, and I'm very confident, and it's okay to be able to express that when you know yourself going into the dating world. And step number 2, which I kind of alluded to during step 1, it's very, very important to identify your values and make sure that you're sticking to them. So when you're thinking about values in a relationship, ask yourself, do I value honesty, communication? Do I want someone who makes me laugh? Someone who's very structured, someone who wants to have a family? You really have to think about what you want. Make sure that you're clear on your values before you decide to get into a committed relationship with someone. And also by knowing these things, it's gonna help you go through a filtering process. You're gonna be able to filter out people immediately who don't align with your values and what you want in life. So if you're like, yes, I want someone who is very religious. If you meet this person, he says, oh, actually, I'm not religious at all. That doesn't align with your values, so why are you continuing that relationship? Go ahead, cut it off, and move on. He can find someone who aligns with him, and you can find someone who aligns with you. The biggest thing to keep in mind is that you are literally going to be doing life with this person. You meet essentially a stranger and you say, all right, cool, I'm gonna get to know you and I'm gonna decide to live the rest of my life with you. We're gonna go through all of this together, ups and downs, family stuff, everything. If this person does not at least have the basic values that you're looking for, there is no way that it is going to work. So again, get back in that journal, get a list going of what your values are. And I do think your values can change and evolve over time. However, those like very standard things that you're like, no, this is me, those probably aren't going to be changing. So keep a list and keep that list very handy when you are going throughout the dating process, getting to know people, so that you can really say, okay, this isn't going to work, and move on before you've invested too much time and energy. Step number 3 for dating intentionally as a feminine woman is to make sure that you're setting very clear boundaries and again, sticking to those boundaries throughout the dating process. This is a crucial piece because you want to make sure that you're treated with respect, but that you're also maintaining your self-respect throughout the process. And these boundaries could touch on so many things. For example, how you want to be communicated with, what physical boundaries you're comfortable with throughout the dating process, and also how much time you want to spend together, how you want to spend your time together. Remember, it all ties together. You know yourself, you know your values, you set your boundaries, and you can date with intentionality. I also feel like another great thing to do at some point throughout the relationship, if you're like, okay, this is getting serious, it's really good to take the time to do a love languages test and get to know each other's love languages. So that way you can see how your partner likes to feel loved and appreciated, and they can also see how you like to feel loved and appreciated and be able to pour into each other in those ways. It's those little things that really do make the difference with how your relationship can stay healthy, because you're always consistently thinking about the other person and they're also consistently thinking about you and how they can make you happy. And that works out really well because both people are putting in equal amounts of effort to keep the relationship thriving. And also, don't be afraid to communicate your boundaries early on. Remember, you're looking for your person. So if the person who you are dating at the time is not okay with your boundaries, they're not your life partner, and that's completely okay. When you're in a healthy relationship, you're going to know, because that person is going to respect and honor your boundaries and also support you to make sure that you're upholding them. And step number 4 is kind of the fun part. You get to embrace your feminine energy when you are dating with intentionality. That does not mean conforming to all the stereotypical norms of femininity. It actually means pretty much the opposite of truly being your authentic self when you're going into these relationships. So you want to celebrate those things that are truly special about you, whether it's your nurturing side or your creativity or the fact that you're extremely intelligent or that you can show a lot of empathy. Whatever is unique about you that makes you special, that's what someone's going to love. So bring that into the relationship. It's okay to go in being yourself. Be confident, be vulnerable. It's okay to show your softer side, because remember, you're looking for your person. And so if that person's like, oh, you're emotional or you're weak or you're dramatic, like, is that person truly there for you, to support you and to love you in the way that you deserve to be loved? So really showing up with that authenticity, with that softness, with that femininity can be very attractive to another person because they feel warm and welcomed by you, and that can build an even deeper connection. And step number 5 is you want to be intentional with your actions. You can't just say certain things like, oh, these are my boundaries, these are my values, and then not actually stick to them. And this also means making very thoughtful decisions about how you spend your time and also who you spend your time with. Don't settle for things. Don't settle for dates that don't excite you. Don't settle for people who don't inspire you. You deserve to actually enjoy your time when you're on a date. It's supposed to be enjoyable. So don't waste that time when you're like, I know this is not it. It reminds me, like, literally like a few months ago, I realized, like, I do not like bowling. And I went on several bowling dates. Why? The ball, the lane, the pins, it's not for me. Why was I there? Now in hindsight, I'm like, girl, that doesn't make any sense. Don't go do activities with someone that you don't actually enjoy doing. Remember, you're getting to know this person, so you should be doing things that you enjoy. Also, you should be doing things that they enjoy. It's about that balance, but at the same time, it's like, as a married person, like, we never go bowling because neither one of us like bowling. So obviously bowling is literally just an example, but the principle still sticks. If you want to get to know someone, you need to do things that they enjoy, and they also need to be doing things that you enjoy. So for example, I really enjoy art. So one of our first dates, my husband and I went on a date to the art museum. And now when we travel, when we go celebrate our anniversary, we typically find an art museum throughout that time as well, because it's something that we both enjoy, and it was something that I truly did like. It wasn't just like, oh, let's go on this date. It was time to get to know each other and to share our different interests and passions as well. So that rounds out our 5 tips for this video, but I did want to share one bonus tip as well, and that is to practice patience throughout the process of wanting to find your ideal person. If you want to be married, wanting to find your husband, really being patient as you're dating with intentionality. Finding the right person takes time, and it's okay if your timeline looks way different from someone else's timeline because it's unique to you. Trust that by actually being intentional, you're gonna find the right partner who aligns with your values and the vision that you have for your life. So overall, it's really important. Just make sure that you enjoy the time, enjoy the journey, continue to learn about yourself, continue to grow throughout the dating process, and just take a step back in some moments and say, okay, listen, is this person for me? Let me review my values. Let me think about the kind of life that I want. Let me go back to that list. Let me go back to that journal. Instead of just rushing into things, is when you rush, you typically make poor decisions. So take your time and really think about the kind of partner that you want to spend the rest of your life with. I know it's cliche, but it is true. The best things are worth waiting for. So instead of wasting your time just out here dating for fun or dating to be cute, no, spend time dating yourself. Spend time getting to know yourself. Enjoy that process. Enjoy the time that you're spending becoming this ideal version of yourself. Because then when you meet that ideal man, you'll both be ready to have a beautiful relationship together. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.